Welcome back to Magoo's Views. All right, y'all, I'll be gone a couple days. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I needed a vacation. My first vacation in a while, man. But shout out to my new subscribers, man. A really big shout out to Source Talk. He reviewed one of my one of my videos and stuff like that. And that meant a lot. That really did mean a lot. I got some new subscribers off it, and just give me that shout out, man. Hey, nothing but blessings and respect to him and his channel. Really does mean a lot. Thank you. Really do appreciate that, man. Very humbled by it. Man, we're gonna get right into the topic, man. Young Thug. Young Thug has been in the media. Not necessarily for his music, but for a lot of other things, right? We all know about the Gunna situation between him and Thug, and then, he has some things to say about Gucci Mane, all that kind of stuff. Now, he has some things to say about Kendrick. Yesterday, Kendrick Lamar was trending #1, and he was quiet. I ain't never seen a rapper have this much power and control of others without even saying nothing, not even being on social media or anything like that. Just him sitting back, he's trending #1. But Thug had a lot of things to say about him. But he had a lot of things to say. Young Thug was really highly upset. This is from one of the jail recordings. It was leaked that he was upset that Kendrick didn't do a feature. He said that, man, you trying to keep all the blessings. You ain't trying to share the blessings and stuff like that. And he came out and said that this is the reason why Kendrick would never be bigger than Drake, ever. That's what he said. Never be bigger than Drake, ever. You know what I'm saying? Thug was definitely in his feelings and upset about this situation. But if you guys do remember, back in the day, I remember Thug really had a lot of things, a high praise to say about Andre 3000 and stuff like that. They're both from Atlanta, Outkast and everything that they represent, what they've done for the South. That definitely inspired Thug, you know what I'm saying? I remember Thug was really upset when he didn't get that Andre 3000 feature as well. He had a lot of things to say about that. He was clearly upset, clearly upset. This is the same exact situation. This seems like the same exact scenario. You know what I'm saying? It seems like the same exact scenario, in my personal opinion. And yeah, man, he was clearly highly upset about Kendrick Lamar, at it. But one thing I will say about Kendrick, man, is Kendrick is very, he just doesn't do features with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I respect about him is like, I'm not just going to jump on this track just to jump on the track because, it's a hot track. It has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to create the wave. And that's something I respect in artists. I'm not going to just jump on the wave. I'm going to create the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like that has more of an impact than anything else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is coming from Hot 97. I just wanted to read these two paragraphs because it clearly breaks down the difference between, Drake's features and Kendrick's features, right? I ain't gonna read the whole article, man. Forget all that. But anyway, now check this out. It says, over the past decade, Drake has elevated peers and newcomers alike, hopping on early records by Migos, Future, and Lil Baby, while continuing to cross genres and international borders. Now, one thing I will say is that, yes, Drake is a bigger international star, right? But the Migos and the Future, man, they already had a sound in the street. You know what I'm saying? They already had a sound. Like Future came from Dungeon Family and stuff like that. So they already had a wave and stuff like that in the streets. Drake just kind of, jumped on it, but goes on to say, those cosigns often carry artists into wider recognition, while simultaneously forfeiting Drake's own global presence. For Thug, the level of generosity is key to maintaining culture dominance. That's what Hot 97 is saying, and it goes on to say this. Kendrick, by contrast, has built his legacy on restraint. His features are rare and often purposeful. I'm gonna get back to you guys on that one. Usually reserved for close collaborators or projects aligned with his vision. All right, we're gonna stick right there. I'm gonna go back to Pimp a Butterfly. Pimp a Butterfly had two legends on there. It had George Clinton, had Ronald Isaac. If you listen to Wesley's Theory, clearly, man, George Clinton's voice and his presence was very key to that track. Goes on to, how much a dollar cost with Ronald Isaac. Very, 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 and my father, man, he, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Isaac, but those are his favorites. You know what I'm saying? So, when he heard those tracks, like, oh, wow, like Kendrick was, man, like, it has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Even another great song, like, oh, man, I forget the woman who was on Mother I Sober. Oh, man, I'm sorry. But, there's certain collaborators, like, it makes sense for the record. Even like Ghostface Killer on Purple Hearts. You know what I'm saying? For Mr. Morale. YouTube. Bono from YouTube, on the Damn Project, what was it? Triple X. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain features that make sense, you know what I'm saying, for the project. So I definitely agree with that. Like the projects align with his vision. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's creating a wave, he's not jumping on the wave. It says, while that approach reinforces his reputation as a meticulous craftsman, backed by a Pulitzer Prize and multiple Grammys, It leaves fewer opportunities for other artists to share in the visibility that a Kendrick verse guarantees. Thug framed that selectiveness as a missed opportunity, a stark contrast to the way Drake has woven himself into nearly every corner of hip hop's ecosystem. Right, we're gonna stop right there. But I thought that was a really interesting breakdown. Again, that's from Hot 97. That's not from me. But like I said, that's their breakdown of how Kendrick and Drake, they go to verse. You know, how they approach verses. You know what I'm saying? And more how Young Thug was clearly upset about that whole, like, he was talking about it for a while. He was talking about not even getting, you know, Baby Keem on and stuff. And Baby Keem has been quiet, man. But that Melodic Blue, I like that album a lot. And I think hey man, when Keem drops, I think he's gonna drop a really dope project in my personal opinion. Like, I like artists who take their time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the era I grew up in, man. I remember you didn't get a project every year or every month from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, man, it was like every 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? It was a 4-year gap between Enter 36 Chambers and, you know, Wu-Tang Forever. But at the same time, you had all those solo records, you know, because, I mean, Wu-Tang, 10-member group? So, yeah, you had all those. But as far as, like, it took a while, you know, for albums. So I respect artists, and I like artists who take their time with their projects and stuff like that. And, you know, at the same time, like I said, with the whole, I like how Kendrick approaches his features. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was on the Playboi Carti album. You know what I'm saying? He was on, I think, 2 tracks, and I think he was doing like vocals on another track. But at the same time, like, I respect an artist who creates their wave and not just jumps on the wave. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do, you know, a song, a hot song with somebody, that's cool. But at the same time, like, when I look at that lasting impact of an album like a To Pimp a Butterfly and how the features make sense for the album, or even GNX, he's putting on, you know, other artists, West Coast artists, like, that was really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even Mr. Morale, like, I mean, bro, he had Kodak Black all on Mr. Morale, you know what I'm saying? But everything made sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, hey, man, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal opinion on it. Like I said, I like his approach to how he uses, how he uses features and how he just doesn't jump on every single track. But like I said, I've never seen an artist have this much impact without saying anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure, hey, I'm probably, you know, missing some guys' names or stuff like that, you know, right now. But at the same time, like, bro, the man's trending #1. He ain't even dropped a song or nothing. And when he does drop a song, you know he's gonna go #1 again. But anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think about, you know, Young Thug's comments about, you know, Kendrick Lamar. You know, how he'll never be bigger than Drake because of how he does, you know, hop on or, you know, share the blessings with other artists. Definitely tell me what you guys think about in the comment section. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon. Have a good one.